Hi there, my name is Ali, and this is the first in a series of videos that I will be producing that aim to provide my tips and my solutions to common everyday problems that we all face. So if there's any everyday problems that you're facing that you would like my solutions to, then please feel free to share them in the comments. Throughout my life, I found it really difficult to force myself to get up early in the mornings. The morning is my favourite time of day. It's peaceful, it's tranquil, it's calm, and it's so nice to be up and doing things when the rest of the world is asleep. Rising even before the sun does means you have more time to do the things that you really want to do. If you say, for example, want to develop a new skill, you have that free time in the morning without interruption to do what you want. If you want to study for a few more hours, then you have a peaceful period of time to do that without any, say, family members or friends interrupting you. If you want to get some exercise done in the morning to get yourself in better shape, then you have the time to do that. However, the biggest caveat that comes with waking up early in the morning is the struggle to force yourself out of bed. This happens to all of us. When we're in bed and we're cozy and we're warm and our alarm goes off and we know we really should get out of bed, but we just hit that snooze button anyway because we're feeling so tired. This is a problem that occurs very frequently, and this is something that I've been dealing with all my life. However, I've come across a few solutions and tips that have helped me to resolve these problems. So I thought it would be best if I shared them with the rest of the world, so that maybe other people can be helped by these tips and they would also be inspired to wake up earlier in the morning too. My first tip would be to have the right motivation to get yourself up in the morning. If you're watching this, then you probably already have a reason to get yourself up in the morning, whether that be studying for a few extra hours, doing some exercise, playing some video games for a few hours, watching some of your favorite TV show, or reading a book. Whatever it may be, we all have some specific reason that is why we want to get up earlier and start doing things. Having that reason in mind when you're waking up in the morning can be the difference between staying in bed and getting up. It's important to have that motivation and that reason because when we're cozy and we're warm and they're comfortable and this comes to mind, this gives us the extra boost that forces us to get out and achieve that first victory in the morning. So my first tip would be make sure you have a strong reason and motivation to get yourself up early in the morning. My next tip would be to gradually adjust yourself to wake up earlier. Reduce your wake up time by say half an hour every day until you reach your desired wake up time. Rome wasn't built in a day, and you magically waking up earlier in the morning, like 3 hours earlier than usual, likely isn't going to happen. Don't get me wrong, if you have the right motivation, the right discipline, the right drive, you can do it for sure. But for most of us, it's going to be a real struggle. So the best solution to this that I personally have come across is slowly reducing your wake up time. For example, if you want to wake up at 5, but you're normally waking up at 9, maybe reduce your wake up time by half an hour every day. Wake up at 8:30, then 8, then 7:30, then 7, until you get to your desired time. This will mean that your body and mind is adjusted to wake up at this time, and it won't be a sudden shift. In fact, by doing this, it may even be more beneficial than just waking up 3 hours earlier than usual, because you may not even need an alarm clock to wake up, as your body will be adjusted to waking up at this time. So I would highly recommend slowly adjusting your wake up time. My third tip would be to place your alarm as far away from you as possible. Whether it's your phone or you're using an alarm clock, try and keep it away from you. We all know how easy it is to just hit the snooze button. But if we have our alarm or our phone at a distance from us, we'd be less inclined to just hitting the button, as we'd have to force ourselves to get out and turn off that really annoying sound. However, placing it in a different room completely may be problematic. This is because you may have other family members or other family members who are living with you that may be disturbed by the sound of the ringing of the alarm in the morning. A solution to this is to maybe have your phone or alarm, say, 2 or 3 meters away from you in your room, so that they don't get disturbed when the alarm goes off. Not only that, but having the alarm clock away from you has in fact threefold benefits. The first is you're forced to get up in the morning. This means that you can't just stay in bed and that you have to find the motivation to get up. No, you have to force yourself up to turn off the alarm. Secondly, the noise is annoying, so you'll be inclined to get up just to make it easy for yourself. The third is you won't want to disturb your family members, who would be distracted by the noise, so you'll be inclined to get yourself up out of bed so they don't get woken up either. I believe that this is probably the best option that you have, in terms of getting yourself up in the morning. That is, placing the phone away from you, because you're forced to get up and out of bed. And this will be your first victory of the day. The first challenge of the day really is getting yourself up. So when you've already got that first win, you'll have a positive mindset for the rest of the day. My fourth tip is to use a puzzle alarm app, such as Alarmy. With these apps, you're required to solve a puzzle. For example, solving a math problem, or shaking your phone, or taking a photo of an object so that the alarm turns off. This means that it's not just going to be as easy as pressing the snooze button. You actively have to use your brain and your body and perform an activity. This means that you'll already be woken up in the morning, so you'll be less inclined to just go back to sleep. Unfortunately, a problem may arise where you may be inclined to just power off your phone so you don't have to solve the puzzle, and you can carry on sleeping if you're that tired. However, combining the previous tip with this one, that is placing your phone away from you and having a puzzle activity, will mean that you're forced to get out of bed and you have to perform a puzzle, which means you'll be up and your mind will be active, so you'll definitely be less inclined to go back to sleep. My final tip is to have a wake-up partner. I'm sure there must be someone else in your life who also wants to wake up early with you, whether that be a family member or a friend. Doing things with a partner can make it a lot easier to get out of bed. This is because if you know you're accountable to someone else, not just yourself, you'll have that extra boost that forces you to get out of bed. One of the big reasons that we sleep in until our train is 15 minutes away is because we're not accountable to anyone. And we only get up at the very last minute when we have to be accountable to someone else. But if you know you're going to be accountable to someone every single morning, you'll be more inclined to force yourself up. If it's a family member, then they'll be in the same house as you. And then if one of you is up, they can wake up the other one, and vice versa. So someone will always be there to help the other one get up. So you won't be doing it alone. You can share your struggles and your triumphs together. And if you're doing it with a friend, you can message each other or call each other in the mornings to make sure the other one is up. You could even maybe send a photo of your morning coffee to prove that you're really up and awake, and that you're not just pretending to be awake to get your friend to be quiet and stop distracting you from your sleeping in the morning. In conclusion, the morning is probably my favourite time of the day. It's peaceful and it's calm, and it's my best time to do what I want to do without distractions. However, the biggest problem in the morning is forcing yourself to get up. And I've found that in the days where I force myself to get up, I've been happier as I've been awake and alert earlier. And that means my brain is already prepared and ready for the rest of the day. Hopefully, by carrying out these tips and these solutions of mine, you'll be able to get yourself up early in the morning too, and do what you want to do. Good luck, and I hope you can join me and be a morning person as well.